Cricbuzz Chatter at the end of day one of this second test match in Vishakhapatnam. We thought we'd do it a little differently, gave him the plain t-shirt, the white one. But our personalities cannot change anyway. And you realize as we go along on this program that he'll remain the colorful one. I just keep typing in from time to time. But what an interesting day. India made close to 350 runs, but was India happy at the end of the day?
Interesting is a nice way of saying it. I thought it was a very strange day. Generally, when you get
Yeah.
close to 340 runs in a day, batting first, winning the toss, you're happy. But somewhere I feel India will not be as happy as they should be, just plainly because of the shots they played when they got out. Right? It's as simple as that. It was a flat pitch. There was not too much happening, not much help for the bowlers. We have to remember how England play their cricket for us to get context of what we're trying to say here. They chase well. They chase at a very, very good and a healthy run rate, and they put pressure in the fourth innings. The only hope is the pitch gets tougher to bat on, which is good, but we know that a lot of this game will happen in the third and fourth innings. So it becomes so much more imperative to get a huge score in the first innings, and that could have been hampered by the score that we see right now. That is the problem, I guess. What do you think, Harsha?
I thought that with the number of batters who got in, India could easily have ended the day at about 360 for 3 or 360 for 4.
Correct.
They'll be a little disappointed, but let's start with a plus. I've seen this young man for a while now. We saw him at Rajasthan Royals and he looked good. He started scoring hundreds for Mumbai. So you thought he's not just a white ball slammer. Then he went and got 170 on test debut. He got 86. He played with freedom. This, I think, is the innings that will tell us, even though it's on a good batting surface, because of the temperament that he showed, this is the innings that will tell us that Yashasvi Jaiswal is here. Look at what the scorecard without Yashasvi Jaiswal. There's 20s, there's 30s, and these are experienced players. None of them went on and got a big score. He got to his 100 with a 6. In the second last over of the day, we thought, is he tiring? He's getting his hands massaged. He hits a 6. I'll tell you what I liked about the innings, then you can tell me what you liked about the innings, because I suspect you might tell me the same thing. I'll have nothing left to say. I liked the fact that he was willing to defend, that he was not just trying to hit every ball, but my favorite inside out shot. He played the inside out cover drive along the ground, and then he hit those two inside out sixes. Those were special.
You sound a lot like someone who's tried hard to be a leg spinner and got inside out driven a lot, Harsha.
I used to put googly also, by the way, except that the batsman could see it the previous day.
For me, the shot making and the skills associated with it is very good. It's there for all to see. What I liked about it was the hunger and determination. He had a lot of players with a lot more experience playing with him today. But he chose to be the guy to stay from the start to the end. I reckon he played two false strokes in his whole day. One, when he got his first boundary, could have easily been a catch. The second one was once he got to 100, he stepped out and looked to loft one and just went past Johnny Besto at point. And why I'm saying that is before and after that, he literally didn't put a foot wrong, played with a great tempo, played some really good looking shots. And that is always going to be the case with Yashasvi Jaiswal. There is no doubt about it. He's someone who will always be very, very good looking with the shots he plays. Technically very sound as well. Good of the short ball for fast bowlers. Spinners, no doubt, a very good player. I also felt he saw through a really good spell from James Anderson.
Yeah.
He bowled really well. He could have easily nicked one off. It's very underrated how, underspoken rather about how well James Anderson bowled. He could have easily picked up a wicket at that stage. He didn't. And Yashasvi, I thought, buckled down, realized what could be tough on that pitch, who is bowling well, and weathered that storm really well. And for that, and for the awareness of what he did, you got to give him credit. Brilliant knock by him.
If you want to be very cruel, really heartbreakingly cruel, maybe those two chances that took the edge of Joe Root's fingers. Yes, that is what a fair
That is not fair. Unfair assessment. That is.
But look and say what, you never talked anything about the two that went to slip. If Joe Root had taken those catches, those would have been the catches of the season. So let's go away from that. It wasn't the catch. Let's move on. Now, could he have got little more support? Now, I was very interested in the start Rohit Sharma got. Now, I've always looked upon Rohit Sharma as someone who enjoys playing his cricket. His mind is not burdened by too many things. Did he look burdened today? I thought so when he missed a couple of full tosses early on, just got a single, a short ball, got a single. I just wondered whether he tried too hard to play a test match innings and get himself in.
It wasn't the quintessential Rohit Sharma innings. As you said, the couple of full tosses that he missed was glaring enough to say. Also tells you he was trying to suss out the pitch. He wasn't in the third and fourth gear, which he needed to be in Hyderabad. This was a much better batting pitch. Yes, it was a little damp at the start, and even Yashasvi alluded to that in his interview post the game. But it is not one where you needed to do more than what was required in basic day one of Test cricket, which is how Rohit starts in Test cricket. He starts at a normal rate before he takes on, takes on the run rate a lot more and plays a lot more shots. So it was just one of those where he didn't get a boundary. They bowled well to him. James Anderson, his first spell of 5 overs, gave just 6 runs, bowled really well. On the other hand, Joe Root gave a couple of freebies, but Rohit Sharma didn't put away, which he would probably look back and say he could have. But most importantly, it was an inning where it wasn't fluent. It didn't get going. And it was one of those days where he just played an innocuous shot in many ways, just against the run of play, middle and leg, new ball. It was a good shot catch. Very good catch, no doubt. A good ball from Shoaib Bashir. And it was just not the day for Rohit Sharma, but I wouldn't say the same for others. I thought others played at an easier time than it was at the start and still didn't capitalize. Two players worried him.
Two players will be very disappointed for different reasons.
Hmm.
I think Shubman Gill has reason to be disappointed. After a long time, I saw Gill decisive. I saw Gill taking the initiative, using his feet. He was looking very good. And then all of a sudden, boom, gone. Uh, I was even more impressed by Rajat Patidar. I thought he played beautifully. He was looking in so much control. And just that one ball, boom, extra bounce, gone back. I think that was a wicket that he came a little unhappy about. Maybe the bowler earned it. But a lot of the others didn't allow their wicket to be earned that much.
Harsha, you're talking about two, Harsha. I will add two more to the list. Akshar Patel and Shrikar Bharat. I think they look at those shots and be very disappointed. A great opportunity to make a sizable score. India were in no hurry. They know they have to bat long, deep, and as much as possible so that they need to bat very little in the third innings. And now, with the way they have batted, and if things go right for England, they could transfer the pressure back very easily. We'll get to that tomorrow, where same time when we sit down and speak, we'll know a lot better about that. But there were people who will look back at those shots with regret. You can say somewhere, I don't know how to use the word unlucky to an Akshar or a Shrikar Bharat. Whereas with a Shubman Gill, it was slightly planned, but slight technical error in pushing at it. With Shreyas Iyer, he was trying that shot where he was manufacturing a shot that he is good at a couple of times, and this one kept low. So if you had to go through all the dismissals, you will say it was of deliveries which probably didn't deserve a wicket.
Which actually, we've almost eaten up our next segment, but we'll go in there and talk a little bit more about this. We are going into hotspot. Were there too many soft dismissals? We alluded to it briefly. We define soft dismissals as one where the bowler doesn't have to do that much to get the wicket. And I thought the reaction of Rehan Ahmed when K.S. Bharat got out late in the day was revealing here, as if he was saying, I got a bit lucky here, man. I think there were too many soft dismissals, and I think that's where India might actually have got England going back in the change room tonight thinking, we didn't have a bad day.
England should be very happy with that. They could consider themselves a touch lucky at times, but that's okay. I think luck is what you get when you put in the work behind the scenes. So they must have deserved it at some point, but India would look back at it with a little bit of regret to say, here was another opportunity for them to get a massive score, but they might not end up getting what they could have if they had batted well. Soft dismissals, almost 5 out of the 6 dismissals were soft, and that's not how Test cricket in the first innings is played by Indian team, because for a long time between about 2016 to 2021 and even before, a lot of the times people scored massive runs, double hundreds, where they literally were a couple of sessions without wickets. That's how disciplined they were with shot making. It's very hard to put it down to luck, but there will be a few batters thinking they'll know that they let a good opportunity pass by.
Every time a wicket fell, the camera would focus on Rahul Dravid. I think he should give up his little notebook and buy a nice big bound edition because he has that much to write about his players. I mean, I'm just imagining. I mean, after your retirement, everyone becomes a better player every single day. But I just think Rahul Dravid would, the notes that he would write, he would tell himself maybe, I think I would have gone on and got 100. I think Tendulkar would have gone on and got 100. Kohli would have gone on and got 100. So I think that is where India fell short. The second innings alongside Yashasvi Jaiswal's.
Look, Harsha, in the same breath, I would also say that they also would have made mistakes, all the three
True.
names that you've said, and there must have been quite a few innings where they would have gone where they missed an inning. Though there would be one other batter who would have scored 100. Who that would be, I don't know. It wouldn't be like one batter gets 100 and six of them would have to.
Yeah.
And also us, there was a stat that has come by, and Cricbuzz has put out the stat between 25 and 35. This is the most number of dismissals in a single test inning by the top six, which makes it very interesting to say almost all have thrown away the opportunity. It is, it is just bound to happen, I guess, to a few teams. But Indian team has actually bucked that trend for a very, very long time, and that is something that they will look with a little bit of regret. Another opportunity to completely put England on the back foot, and they didn't capitalize. As simple as that.
I thought it was a baptism by fire for young Shoaib Bashir. He stuck to his task. He must have been looking at Tom Hartley and saying, what kind of track did he get to make his debut on? Why have I got this one? I think he'll go back richer for this experience. Rehan, I thought bowled well till that last spell, a couple of loose balls, but the champion bowler was Jimmy Anderson. I mean, he's two kids who weren't born when he started playing, right? Tendulkar knows, and anybody who's been around long enough, that will happen. But the test will come in the third innings. But I think the test will also come at the start of day 2 when they want to wrap up the Indian innings, which is where you go fast forward. 336 for 6. Ashwin can bat. He's very keen to prove that he can bat. Kuldeep can hang around, but you cannot expect Yashasvi to go on forever. What is a score that India can expect to score from here? And what is the score at which India will say, yeah, we won the toss, we did okay? 450, 460, 420?
Winning the toss did okay on this pitch would definitely be minimum 450. Anything under that, England would be pretty satisfied with their effort. In fact, they know at the pace they play, at the tempo they play, and if one of them get big runs like what Ollie Pope did, then India are in for a lot of pressure in the succeeding days. So India need to get to 450 to say, okay, we have done a decent job here. Otherwise, England, with the tempo and the run rate at which they bat with, could put India under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the one thing that I will say about coming to Visakhapatnam is the track had nothing to do with the cuisine. The track was beautiful, the kind of track I like, the kind of food I like. Lovely, nice, bland. Kani, అన్నం భోజనం అంటే చాలా కారం.
చాలా బాగుంది.
నీకు నచ్చలేదు?
Harsha had 2 bowls of strawberry ice cream just to make up for how spicy it was. And he was like,
before that.
And he is telling me, DK, my stomach feels so much better after having ice cream. The world should know, Harsha, how you manipulate your cheat days.
You know, when we were growing up, we were always told, show little more respect towards the elder. I think it's because I'm wearing the brighter shirt. But anyway.
Let's keep it simple. You had the more colorful day today.
Bhojanam, Karam, pitch, beautiful. Let us see what happens on day 2. Cheers.